If you are active or are planning to become active in the practice of lucid dreaming, please heed my warning. It is a very dangerous practice. Your mind, your subconscious, it doesn't want you to find something out. My friend learned the hard way. I learned about lucid dreaming after a school program trip to a sleep clinic. I learned about it and how to do it. Me and my friend both. He and I talked about it later, and we decided we want to try it together. The first night, it was difficult. I ended up controlling myself for a little bit, but it was lost control. Come to find out, my friend had the same problem. He and I struggled for about a week and a half, but we finally got the hang of it. We were able to control our dreams all the way through to the next morning. It was pretty awesome, being able to interact with our minds. The best part was that we could remember our dreams, the whole dream. It was cool, trying to place events and how you got there. Kind of like Inception. I cracked a joke that we need to go deeper to my friend, and he said we should. I looked at him, puzzled about what he said. He saw this and explained. A couple of nights ago, I found a door in my dream. It was labelled Innermost Thoughts, and it had Stay Out printed in yellow and black striped letters. I didn't pay any attention to it, but I'm pretty sure it leads deeper into our dreams. He asked if I had seen this door. I hadn't seen it yet, at least as far as I could remember. He said that once I see it, to tell him. The bell rang, and we went to class. In math, I pondered a question in my head. Why would there be a door like that in a dream? What does your mind not want you to know? It started to scare me, but I thought maybe he imagined it. I pushed it to the back of my mind, and I just got on with my day. It was 2 nights, and I noticed the door, the one my friend had mentioned. I asked one of the people in my dream what it led to. The girl looked at me and said only one word: no. She then turned away and ran. I was shocked by the dream character's response, slightly worried by it. I took note of it, and I ran with her. The next day, I told my friend. He then shared his experience. He told me about how he reached for the handle, and a guy slapped his hand away and told him, no. This was strange, I thought. He said to me, let's go in tonight. Wearily, I agreed. He told me not to worry about it, but I was still slightly uneasy. That night, in my dream, I opened that door and I slipped inside. It wasn't too bad when I entered, just some old memories, even stuff that I did not know I encountered. I got a little deeper, and I felt a hand on my shoulder. I turned around, and there was that girl again, except she was different. Kind of twisted. Her skin was paler. She was skinnier, and she was wounded. She had a bruise on her face and a couple of cuts. Her clothing was also ripped. She looked scared even. She looked at me, waved her finger, and said, "No." I then woke up. The next day, I talked to my friend. I could tell that he was slightly disturbed. He told me about his experience, which was similar to mine. Just instead of a girl, it was a guy. We decided that we would try to head farther through the door. Hesitantly, I agreed. That night, I struggled getting into a dream. I kept thinking about what I might find. Finally, I was able to do it. I wandered through the dream, trying to find the door. Finally, I found it, and I entered. I made it past where I was stopped last time. Looking at the screens the memories were playing on, I noticed something strange. These memories seemed to be from before I was born. I don't think I ever met Lewis and Clark. I got to the point where I reached 3 more doors. They were labeled Fears, Memories Continued, and Subconscious Thoughts. I wanted to see more memories, but as I reached for the door, I woke up. Damn it. I talked to my friend over the phone. He sounded scared, saying that he was attacked in his dream. I got to the doors, and they were waiting for me. They had clubs and brass knuckles. I couldn't run. They just beat me. I woke up with real bruises and a fat lip. I asked him if he really thought we should continue, hoping that he would want to stop. But alas, yes, we need to find out what our minds are trying to hide. I sat there, comprehending why he might be doing this. After a couple of minutes' silence, I snapped back when he asked if I was still there. We talked for another 4 or 5 minutes, and we went on with our Saturdays. That night, I couldn't get to dreaming. The fear kicked in, and I thought, what if I get attacked? What if they try to kill me? Finally, after about an hour, I was able to go into a dream. I got in there, and I was on a cliff. My hands and feet were tied. I turned around to see that girl. She had a huge smile on her face. She looked even skinnier this time and had blood specks. Her face had the life sucked out of it. She said in a raspy voice, "I told you no, and you didn't listen. Now, you must pay." She pulled out a knife, and she started walking towards me. She was chuckling with every step. I looked back, towards the edge. I stopped, right on that edge. And by the time she reached me, she was laughing as hard as she could. Then she just pushed me. Just nudged me with her shoulder, and down I fell, screaming the whole way. Just before I reached the ground, I was shaken awake. It was my mother. She was wondering why the hell I was screaming. I gave her a hug and said it was a nightmare. I decided to go back to sleep, to get my mind off it. Sunday morning, I gave my friend a call. No answer. Maybe he didn't hear me. Another try. No answer. I decided to walk to his house. When I got there, I saw his mother crying on the porch and an ambulance. I ran to the porch. I asked what happened. Through teary eyes, she explained that he had taken his life. That's what she thought. I know what had really happened. She handed me an envelope. He wanted you to have this. It had my name on it, and it said, Lucid Dreaming. I quickly ran home to see what might be inside. I went into my room and opened the envelope. It was a letter, and it read, I'm probably not going to make it after tonight. I don't want you to get hurt, so I hope you stop. But I can't make you. But I want you to know, I knew they were going to kill me. After beating me, the boy told me that if I came back here again, he will kill me. So, he knew what was going to happen, yet he went after it. Why? He had not written any more. I needed answers, so where better to find them than the people who came up with the question? I went into my mind that night, fairly early. I was eager to go in. Too eager that I couldn't do it for quite some time. When I finally did, it was different. It was dark, and it was snowing ash. There was blood, guts, and bones everywhere. I heard a distant noise. It sounded like someone eating, very loudly. I followed the noise to a group of people. The kids from the previous dreams. They were eating something. I stepped closer and I snapped a branch or a bone or something, and they stopped and turned. They were horrifying. They had these rotten teethed smiles, eyes that had been gouged out, and they couldn't stop smiling. They said, in perfect dark unison, "Your friend didn't listen, and he paid the price. Now it's your turn." They began walking towards me. The front one, the girl, drew a knife. I tripped and fell. She got closer, and she whispered when she got to me, "You'll be one of us now." I was then awakened. My dad tackled me with a knife in my hand. My parents admitted me to a psychiatric hospital. I was never able to sleep. I always had dreams of them chasing me, trying to get me. How am I telling you this? Well, this is simply a note that the doctor found. I'm finally giving in. I don't know how it'll end, but it'll probably be messy. Please heed my warnings. If you embark on lucid dreaming, don't let them catch you. Don't go messing with your own mind.